So, what Mark was talking about just a little bit about in some exercises as you come up in a squat, for instance. The weight that you use in a normally loaded squat, the weight that you use in a squat is going to be determined by what you can get up out of the hole at the bottom of the squat. Okay?
You mean what you can lift from
what you can lift when you're at the bottom. So when I'm
weakest point.
When I'm unracking it, I'm whatever.
The weakest point.
The weakest point. Biomechanically disadvantaged down here. Okay. As I come up, comes a breeze. Okay? Because my joint angle now is widening. Joint angle down here when I was at the bottom of the squat is pretty tight. As I come up this way, I'm able to produce more force. Okay? Now, the reason that ARX stuff is fantastic is because it's a perfect match to the strength curve. When I'm down here, it's giving me all I can handle. When I'm out here, all the way out there, and we see those numbers just go skyrocket, is that joint angle becomes bigger here. I'm able to produce more force. That's the downfall to a regular squat, because I've got all that in what was the downfall to that fly I just did.
Same thing.
So it's the same idea.
Resistance.
So if I had a way to accommodate that resistance, either with a band, or we don't have them here, but you could put chains on to get the same effect. Now I've got an accommodated resistance. Now as I'm coming up out of the squat, that band is pulling me back down. The higher I go, the more band tension I have pulling me down. So effectively, I've got accommodating resistance here. This bell curve, that would be something like a curl, like what Mark was talking about over here, like a curl. You get to 90 degrees, right there, right here, you're able to produce the most force you're going to be able to produce in that movement.
Chinning or pull down motion.
Or chinning or pull down. Okay, pull down's a little bit different. It's kind of a mix, but leg extension, for instance, same thing. You can't handle a whole lot here, and really there, that's pretty tough. But when you're in the middle of the movement, you can pump out some force. Okay, so chains and bands are not going to apply too well to those type movements.
To what type of movement?
To like a leg, we don't do them here, leg extension, because you're kind of more of a bodybuilding type movement that doesn't, they're inefficient. Let's put it that way.
Leg extensions and what was
leg extensions. Curl is another kind of we do curls.
You wouldn't want like band tension on a chin up.
Band tension on a chin up.
You'd almost want it inverse, but yeah.
So Leslie's used this before on a chin up, right? She's got clients that can't do a full chin up, so she gets the great band, boom, underneath their feet. So when they're down here, they've got a little bit of help as they come up. Now, okay, so it's a help.
Goes away.
Now I have put a band around myself because purposely I really want to work the top end of the exercise, but that's a whole other. That's not our clients per se. Doing that's not our clients, and that's a whole other basket. But this is why the bands work. So in other words. You would not want, if you're doing, say, a bent over row, as the joint angle comes in, I'm able to produce less force. Bent over row, for example. The most force I'm going to be able to produce in a bent over row is going to be down low, or any kind of row. I can handle a hell of a lot of weight here. As I start to come up, now it becomes pretty damn difficult for me to.
It's just like the hump on our rowing machine. It's like right here is where.
Yeah, it's not exactly set just right. It's a little off.
With the general idea of a cam is another way to vary the resistance.
Yes.
So on that particular row, it has a pretty steep fall off on the cam when you get to that inefficient place.
Top, there's a point in the middle where.
Yeah, and that's just an inherent disadvantage to cams is that they work for one limb length or one combination of limb lengths. It's a great idea if somehow it could be adjusted to each individual person, but that would take, that would take a lot of doing. Which is why this stuff is.
Help with that problem?
It's a workaround, yeah.
Okay.
J-Reps are a workaround for this, but that's kind of another topic, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your topic.
So, bands on a rowing motion, kind of your cross purposes. It's already hard up here. Now I'm just making it harder with band tension. Flip that around into a bench press, though. Where now as I'm going up, it gets easier. I'm able to produce more force. I'm able to produce more force as that joint angle becomes wider. Now I can put bands on it. Now, same thing with the flies.